Hello YouTube, and on today's video I'm going to be restoring for you guys this Platinum Nintendo Gamecube Wavebird controller. So as some of you guys may be able to see, there's quite a bit of just dirtiness and nastiness all over this thing. There's some scuffs, but you can't get that out, unfortunately enough. That's in the paint of the system, so there's nothing you can do about that. But we can get all this dirty griminess out and everything, and make it look, good as new. So in order to do this, you're going to need actually quite a few things. So the first thing is what's known as a tri-wing screwdriver. You can get these off Amazon, eBay, wherever, for only like $1 or so. Then you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, and the reason why you guys will see in a minute. A toothbrush. Now, I think you guys can kind of figure out why we're going to need the toothbrush. A fresh pack of brand new GameCube controller contact pads. Once again, you can get these off Amazon or eBay for only like $1 or $2, and I really recommend buying these regardless of if your pads are good or not, because this will make it feel, good as new and give it that nice clicky sound. And last but not least, a set of Nintendo GameCube buttons and controllers, or controller buttons, because once again, I want fresh stuff in this. I want this looking, as good as new. So to begin the restoration, what you're going to do is you're going to take your tri-wing screwdriver, going to look at screw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8 right there. You're going to unscrew all of those. Also, if there's any batteries or anything in the back, take those out. So I'm going to do a quick cut and have this thing disassembled. Alright, so as you guys can probably tell, I've got all of our tri-wing screwdriver screws removed. So for right now, we're done with our tri-wing screwdriver. Then after that, the faceplate will just pop off like that. So again, take the Z button off. I say again, but I didn't say that before. So just take your Z button off, and now you pretty much just have this faceplate by itself. So you can just go clean this off already, or you can wait, like I recommend doing. For the old buttons and thumbsticks and stuff, you can do whatever you want with them. I'm going to save them just because I like to keep my OEM GameCube parts and whatnot. I like to keep them, but that's my choice. I will say this, you will need to keep the start button on this, just because the start button that's included with these buttons don't work with the Wavebird. They're just too small. They do work with the OEM controllers, just not the Wavebird. So the contact pads, you can just throw away. That's what I'm going to do with them. And the reason why is because there's no real point to them. The new contact pads are pretty much just one-to-one. And again, set all your buttons and everything off to the side where you're going to be able to find them. Then just pull this shell off. Ugh. And this is where you're going to need your Phillips screwdriver. Mine's probably, mine's fine. And you're just going to remove these shields and everything, and just remove your L and R buttons. And after you remove the L and R buttons, you're going to go clean and wash your back controller shell and everything. And once again, make sure you're setting these off to the side. You actually don't need the trigger shells. Believe it or not, you don't need these, but some people really like them in their GameCube controllers. So you can either keep these on or take them off. It's your choice. But the one thing I will give you a heads up on is the L and R buttons on GameCube controllers are a bit of a pain to get off. As you guys can probably see right here, I'm struggling a little bit. They're a little bit of a pain to get off and back on. But just be patient, and eventually enough you'll get them. See? Got it. And yeah, so there we go. So one button down. Go ahead and do the other one. Then I'm going to go clean our Wavebird shells off. And yeah, so I'll do that after a cut. Alright, so now that I got my Wavebird shells all clean, looking all minty mac, you know, can't see any grime on that. I especially recommend getting really deep into the corners because for those of you who don't know, dead human skin, and I know this is disgusting, but yes, dead human skin will just get into the corners of your controllers when you hold them like that. And yeah, so I really recommend getting deep into these things and just cleaning them out as much as you can, and then, you know, giving it the appropriate dry time. So now to go about reassembling this, you're going to basically just do what we did originally in reverse. So you're going to get out your triggers, take your bag of brand new buttons, and oh my gosh, come on. And you're just going to grab out the left and right shoulder triggers, and you're going to plop them in, make sure you got it right. Plop that one in, you know, plop your L in. Replace the pads on the shoulder triggers as well. I forgot to mention that, but yes, you should do that as you're going to be replacing the pads on everything else. So when you guys see this, I'll have the shoulder pads and everything reinstalled, looking fly, looking, you know, on fleek, whatever, and we'll go back into installing the buttons and thumbsticks and whatnot. Alright, so you guys might notice I have purple shoulder buttons on this. The reason why is because the seller sent me 2 right triggers, so basically enough I couldn't use the shoulder triggers, which is why I recommend at least buying 2 just in case. These are basically parts coming from China, so you're kind of taking your chances with getting what you paid for, but you know, when they're $1 each, can you really complain super hard? But yeah, so I forgot to mention, but you're going to need to salvage your Z button as well as your start button when you're working with this, and that's just because, again, these controllers, the Z buttons on these won't work with the GameCube shells. And so as you guys can see, I have that figured out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our old shell, we're going to take our new buttons and just put all these in my hand. I think I dropped the start button, but that's whatever, that's irrelevant. And we're just going to put each one of these in the place that they go, you know. Let's see, D-pad, X, Y, B, you know, all those. Just put them where they go and make sure they fit into the holes. And gosh, I'm sorry, you guys can't even see anything right now because of my hand. But yeah, so just put them back into the holes. Put your thumbsticks on. If you want, you can, for some reason, switch the C stick with a thumbstick if you're one of those savages. But please don't do that. Yeah, so you can put all your buttons and everything back together, and the next time you guys see this controller, everything will be placed back together. Alright, so as you guys can see, I got everything put back together and assembled. So if you guys can make this out, I'm going to zoom in on the TV a little bit. Sorry about this guerrilla style camera and whatnot. But basically enough, I'm just trying to demonstrate that the pad is in fact working. We're playing some SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Come on, let me skip this. Let me skip. There we go. See? Bam. Bam. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, the pad is working, good as new. I hope you guys like this video. If you like it down below. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I got a live stream I got to get to. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And peace.